Archangel Michael says, a turning wind has already reached your door and it carries the weight of decisions that were made in rooms you never entered. The hour is heavy and the air is charged, and the next steps you take will echo much farther than you imagine. Hear these words like a shield around your name, because what comes now moves in secrecy but breaks on your light. Shadows moved before your feet touched the floor this morning, and they studied your patterns and your silence without truly understanding your strength. They calculated outcomes and forgot that grace always rewrites the final chapter in a single breath. Your calm is not weakness, it is proof that your spirit has already seen the end and stands unafraid. A whisper tried to land on you and failed because your destiny is not shaped by stray voices or hidden hands. You are not late, you are exact, arriving at the intersection that unlocks the road they swore you would never find. Even their doubt becomes fuel, and their plans, once sharpened like glass, now soften like wax near fire. You have survived rooms where your name was weighed like a coin and judged by people who could not carry a single day of your story. Your spirit kept walking, and every closed door marked a new beginning chiseled by patience and courage. The night tried to stretch itself into forever, but your dawn refused to surrender. Type Amen to get blessing 333. My beloved child, you were not abandoned when the path went silent, you were being guarded so your steps would land on solid stone. The delay was not denial, it was design, shaping your balance so that when the gate opens you do not stumble. Your breath is steady now because your future is finally aligning with what was promised in the quiet. You felt the strange weight behind your shoulders like eyes that never blinked, and you kept moving with a steady heart. That is how guardians measure strength, not by noise but by endurance that refuses to break. The unseen kept count, and every time you stood up, a new ledger line was inscribed in your favor. There is a name that once carried storm clouds toward you, and it no longer has the ability to bend your horizon. The agreements made against you are unraveling from the center like thread pulled clean from a careless stitch. What tied you down loses grip, and what held you back loses form. Your gift was never small, it was only hidden until your character could hold its size without spilling. You were being trained to carry more, not punished for wanting it. The moment you stopped chasing approval, your authority began to rise like a tide that remembers the moon. Type Amen to get blessing 444. A door at the end of a narrow corridor is already unlocked, and your name is the key that fits without force. You will recognize it by the peace that fills your chest as soon as your hand touches the handle. Not every invitation is yours, but this one arrives like music made of certainty. Someone once tried to borrow your future, promising you room to grow while measuring your branches for their own shelter. The measure was wrong because they forgot your roots drink from a deeper river. What they took becomes seed, and what they kept becomes dust. You have been seen by eyes that were trained to miss you, and even they cannot deny your rise. They tried to reduce your weather to a forecast of storms, but you carry climate change in your soul and the season obeys your stride. Where you step, the ground learns a new language. Archangel Michael says, the assignment that frightened you collapses into clarity when you touch it without fear. Courage is not noise, it is decision, and you have already chosen to move. From that choice, resources begin to arrange themselves like stars following a map drawn for you alone. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You will notice small signs that confirm you are not imagining this shift, like a message delivered at the exact moment your heart called for it. Alignments that used to take months will happen in a single afternoon because the resistance has been removed. Your timing is not fragile, it is anchored. An old story tried to repeat itself around you, using familiar voices and familiar patterns, and it found no entrance. You learned the lesson so deeply that the test lost meaning, and the path rerouted to your advantage. Even the echoes learned to bless you. My beloved child, you are stepping into rooms where your presence settles arguments without a word. Your spirit carries a finality that ends confusion and restores order. People who once underestimated you will ask for your guidance, and you will answer with dignity and boundaries. The promise that felt distant stands directly in front of you like a door made of light that only opens inward. You do not need to force it, you only need to stand in truth and let the lock recognize your voice. The opening is gentle, and the passage is wide. Type Amen to get blessing 666. A map is forming where there used to be fog, and the markers appear exactly when you need them. Provision walks beside you so quietly you will think it is coincidence until the pattern becomes too precise to ignore. The rhythm that guides you never misses a beat. The ones who rehearsed harm have grown tired, because schemes require energy that grace refuses to supply. Their rehearsals end with empty stages and no audience, while your path fills with people who value integrity. What drained you begins to replenish you. An unexpected ally steps forward and opens a gate that has your initials carved into the latch. Their help is sincere because they are connected to your purpose, not your image. You will know them by the calm that follows their arrival. You will outgrow apologies you never received and become a living answer to doubts that tried to reduce your reach. Your peace becomes a boundary that protects what you are building. Your name will be spoken with respect even in places that once mocked your pace. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You are moving into a beautiful seriousness where distractions stop recognizing you. Your priorities sharpen like morning air on a high hill, and your spirit feels taller without effort. The certainty in your chest is not pride, it is alignment. An opportunity that once seemed too heavy fits your hands as if it were shaped around your fingers. You will not drop it because your grip is trained and your posture is ready. The next chapter is not rushed, it is precise. My beloved child, the ground under you has been tested for weight, and it holds without cracking. This is the moment where faith turns into schedule and promise turns into proof. What you asked for stands up and answers with presence. You will feel a clean break from cycles that began before you had words, and the release will be undeniable. It will look like gentle endings but carry the power of a closed gate. Respect the closure and let it protect your joy. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Your name is being moved to the front of lists that matter, and the invitations that follow will feel both new and familiar. You earned this by staying when leaving looked easier and by walking when standing still looked safe. The reward is not random, it is accurate. Resources are arriving in waves rather than drops, and your only task is to direct them with wisdom. Your generosity multiplies what you hold because open hands trigger open doors. There is no scarcity in your horizon, only stewardship. The conversations about you that once bent toward doubt now bend toward admiration without needing to be convinced. Your outcomes are speaking and they speak clearly. The results you carry remove debate. Archangel Michael says, you are defended from what you cannot see and strengthened for what you can. Protection surrounds you like a circle that does not break, and your steps are counted with care. Keep moving with the quiet courage that brought you this far. Type Amen to get blessing 999. A letter with your future inside is traveling toward you, written in events and confirmations rather than ink. You will read it in the timing of things and in the peace that settles after each decision. Its message is simple and strong, and it agrees with your destiny. My beloved child, the work you have already done has paid costs you could not measure at the time. Now the return begins, and it looks like open paths and relieved shoulders. You will breathe differently because the air has changed. You will no longer explain your calling to those who came only to argue with it. Your focus is a sanctuary where noise cannot live. You will protect that sanctuary without apology. The fear that once learned your name forgets it, and it loses the ability to follow you past this gate. Courage takes its place and builds a house beside your favor. You will live there with calm and with authority. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The pace will increase in a way that energizes rather than exhausts you. What once drained you now fuels you because the alignment is correct. Your steps match the drumbeat of your purpose. Helpers you have not met yet are already carrying pieces of your next victory. They do not need to be convinced because they were sent, not hired by doubt. You will recognize them by the way the puzzle finally looks complete. An idea that visited you at an inconvenient hour returns as a blueprint with measurements, timelines, and doors already labeled. Execute it with the same integrity that got you here and watch it grow. Your discipline will keep it beautiful. You are not who you were when the first storm hit, and that is why the next wind will not move you. Your roots are deeper and your reach is longer, and both are necessary for this season. Stability is your new normal. Type Amen to get blessing 222. My beloved child, what tried to embarrass you becomes a testimonial that crowns you with quiet honor. You will not need to correct anyone because truth travels on its own feet and arrives right on time. Let your results continue the conversation. A path that bends around a hill will reveal a valley full of provision you did not plant. Gather it with gratitude and manage it with wisdom. The harvest belongs to those who refuse to quit in the heat. An apology you never expected will arrive without ceremony, and you will handle it with dignity rather than bitterness. You are free from needing repayment to move forward. Forgiveness becomes a door that only opens for the strong. The weight of waiting is replaced by the ease of fulfillment, and your heart remembers how to celebrate without hesitation. Joy does not apologize for being bright, and neither will you. This brightness is not fragile, it is rooted. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. You will receive news that confirms what your spirit already knew, and it will settle you like rain on thirsty ground. The confirmation will not feel dramatic, it will feel accurate and kind. From that moment, your pace will feel natural. A strategy arrives in the form of 3 clear steps, and each step opens the next one without struggle. You will take them with confidence because the ground is steady. Progress becomes predictable because chaos has been dismissed. Your hands will hold proof that cannot be argued, and those who witness it will bless you even in silence. Honor follows those who walk clean, and you have kept your feet clear of traps. That is why the blessing is stable. Archangel Michael says, stand tall in this hour and let your peace speak first. Nothing arranged against you can survive the climate of favor that now surrounds your life. Walk forward and let every room feel the weight of your calm. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. My beloved child, the story is not simply turning, it is ascending, and every page written from now on carries elevation. You will feel taller inside your own name, and responsibility will feel like a privilege. This is what you prayed for in silence. You will bless those who remained faithful to you when things were uncertain, and they will rise with you. Loyalty attracts expansion because it proves the heart can handle weight. Your circle becomes both smaller and stronger. The gate that opens next does not close behind you, it becomes a thoroughfare for those connected to your purpose. Your success is not a sealed room, it is a bridge with your fingerprints in the wood. Many will cross and thank the path for existing. You will sleep deeply and wake with instructions that make the day simple and powerful. Clarity replaces overthinking and sequence replaces confusion. The order of your steps honors the order of your heart. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. You are entering a season where the right people find you at the right time with the right words. Misalignment loses your address and cannot reach your door. Harmony becomes a habit that protects your energy. Old fears knock softly and leave because you do not answer. You have outgrown the need to explain your worth to those who thrive on doubt. Your light travels farther without argument. An inheritance of peace begins to express itself in practical ways like timely help, accurate insight, and doors that stay open. This is not luck, this is orchestration. Receive it with humility and strength. Your future is not fragile and your name is not at risk. You are covered, guided, and sent, and every step you take is observed by favor. Keep moving and let this chapter prove itself in full. My beloved child, the horizon you feel pulling at your chest is not a mirage, it is a summons. The timing has ripened like fruit that releases into your hand without force. You are being invited to walk in results that match your resilience. The circle around you is refining itself, removing the hands that only clapped for the performance and not the purpose. What remains is loyalty that breathes like a steady drum, keeping you in rhythm with your calling. This is how peace strengthens its borders. You are stepping into opportunities that once felt too large to carry, and now they rest on your palms like they were crafted to your measure. Your preparation has given you a silent authority that requires no explanation. Those who witness it will adjust to the truth of your rise. The doors ahead do not swing from luck, they swing from alignment that you paid for with endurance. This is why the passage feels natural instead of loud. You are not arriving as a guest, you are arriving as the rightful steward. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. The plans that tried to coil around your name are losing structure because they cannot survive this climate. Your new atmosphere favors clarity and discourages confusion until it dries up. What once looked like obstacles now look like proof. A message will reach you at an exact hour, and it will settle like a key sliding into a familiar lock. You will know it belongs to you because peace will walk into the room with it. After that, momentum will stop stuttering and begin to sing. Your strength has learned to move without the need to announce itself, and that is why it cannot be argued. Quiet victories are stacking like bricks, building a place where your vision can rest. The foundation is finished and the frame is already rising. My beloved child, you are licensed to leave old cycles behind without ceremony. Not everything deserves a farewell when freedom calls you forward. The clean break protects the beauty of what is beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. Your name is developing reach, and it travels farther than familiar streets. Influence meets integrity, and together they become a road that holds heavy blessings without cracking. This is why your steps feel both lighter and stronger. People will try to explain your acceleration with numbers and timelines, and they will miss the simplest truth. You stayed faithful when it was quiet, and now the quiet is honoring you in public. Accuracy is visiting your life and setting things in order. A resource you thought delayed is actually arriving at its strongest form. The version you are about to receive would have overwhelmed an earlier season. Now it fits because your capacity has expanded. The space you are entering is generous, and it rewards boundaries instead of punishing them. You will say yes to what is yours and no to what is noise. Both choices will be respected by the right people. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. You will notice how easily the right help recognizes you. They do not need a speech because their spirits read the assignment on your life. They will take their positions and lift the corners you could not lift alone. An idea that kept circling you at night is choosing a landing strip in the daylight. Give it a name, give it a plan, and give it a schedule. The moment it touches ground, doors you could not see begin to appear. Your sense of timing is sharpening, and you will move with the grace of someone who has rehearsed with destiny. This produces a calm that silences critics and comforts allies. Your presence stabilizes rooms that used to spin. My beloved child, your kindness has been measured and found strong enough to hold power. That is why influence is drawing near without friction. You were trusted before you were visible, and that trust is becoming visible now. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. The road ahead contains rapid confirmations that remove old hesitations. You will act and the answer will arrive, again and again, until confidence becomes your normal. This is not pressure, this is precision. A gatekeeper who once overlooked you will return with a corrected stance. Their words will be clear and their offer will be clean. Receive it without bitterness and guide it with wisdom. You will experience a beautiful seriousness that organizes your days without stealing your joy. Focus feels like a gift, not a burden. Your energy is protected by decisions you already made. The version of you that needed external approval has retired with honor. In its place stands a calm certainty that does not argue. Results will do the speaking and the listening for you. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. The pace of favor is increasing and it arrives in ways that respect your health. Rest and acceleration will share the same week without contradiction. You will keep both because both are necessary. A conversation will open a path that negotiations could not. The right sentence, spoken at the right moment, will place the final stone in a bridge you have been building. Cross it without looking back. Your creativity is waking up entire rooms that forgot they could dream. Strategies will come in threes, and each third step will complete a pattern. You will begin to trust that flow because it keeps proving itself. My beloved child, the ground is not only stable, it is fertile. Every step plants something that grows while you sleep. You will harvest from places that used to look empty. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. What once echoed as loss is revealing itself as redirection that saved your future. Gratitude will replace regret and illuminate the wisdom of those twists. Your heart will breathe differently because it understands. The right partnerships arrive without tug-of-war. Alignment removes the need for persuasion because purpose has already done the introduction. You will recognize them by the ease in your shoulders. Your name is moving through circles that value substance over spectacle. They will prefer your steadiness to noise and your consistency to display. This is where your work will be celebrated for what it truly is. Every day begins to carry a quiet answer you did not have yesterday. The accumulation of these A door marked with your initials will feel like a familiar home you have not visited yet. Step through and let the room teach you its language. You will be fluent faster than you expect. Resources that belong with you are rerouting with accuracy. What tried to miss you cannot miss you any longer. The address on your blessing has been corrected. You will notice that old triggers lose their voice around your peace. Your boundaries have matured into a soft power that requires no defense. People learn how to treat you by the way you treat yourself. My beloved child, you are not late and you are not behind. You are on the page that reveals why the earlier pages were necessary. This understanding becomes an armor made of calm. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. The call on your life is stepping into its public phase with dignity. You will not need to announce it because evidence will arrive on schedule. Your work will introduce itself. A steward's grace rests on your shoulders and guides your decisions with steady hands. You will invest, build, and bless without fear of running out. Multiplication follows those who serve without compromise. The atmosphere around your name has been upgraded. Places that once resisted you will soften as soon as you arrive. Even the logistics will respect your timing. Your future is not asking for permission from the past. It honors the lessons and keeps moving. This momentum is gentle but unstoppable. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. A letter of good news is traveling through an unexpected route. When it arrives, you will smile at the elegance of its journey. It will prove that nothing meant for you can be lost. The season is teaching you how to hold joy without bracing for impact. Safety is not a surprise anymore, it is a pattern. Your nervous system begins to trust peace. You will be invited to speak where you were once silenced. Your voice will carry healing and order. Those rooms will remember your presence long after you leave. My beloved child, the chapters ahead carry weight and wonder. You have both the spine and the softness for them. Walk forward and let your life keep telling the truth.